can save the world. He has the Agni. I think you guys should light up your lamps.
My PI is still on Supreme Court and High Court. But one thing I would say I'm quite proud of is that today a 600 tons waste to energy plant is being set up in Sunguru.
Okay, we'll clap to that.
So as I think Kedar sir also mentioned and Rajkumar sir also mentioned, the city is definitely having a lot of problems. So that actually ultimately percolates to us in the indoor environment, because a lot of us spend 16 to 20 hours inside our homes and offices. So we have Prachi here, who is an expert on how to make the building environment friendly and your house environment friendly. So Prachi, if you can just.
Thank you, Vivek. Firstly, I would thank Vivek Bhai for taking the concern and complete active support and finding an organization like Perfect Women, and thanking you both because in spite of all the hassles, you chose to focus on the topic, the environment and why it matters. So really thankful for that. And what I would like to come here and say is that just what she said, that it's just a matter of joining hands. That's lots of work, and we are not here to ask you to do something different, not ask you to go to the jungles or the forest or become close to nature, something which you are sitting right here and you can do. And like they say that the world's best things come free. Exactly that is what today's hashtag is by the United Nations. Hashtag only one earth. Why do I say that? The best and the most valuable things come free. That's sunlight. The sunlight, daylight, is it penetrating in your room right now? But it's free. It's not sending you an invoice right now. Secondly is the water, which all of us is available in plenty, and like Sir just had mentioned, the way we have used it. The sound, the fresh air which we get is again completely free. But again, we are trying to say here that right here sitting in Andheri, Versova, Chembur, everywhere we have that completely freely available to us. So when we are here, we are practicing in the scenarios how we can use it. We are trying to do these pro bono activities so that this knowledge or the information which we have been studying and practicing is shared. So for that, once again, I thank Perfect Women for taking up the concern on Environment Day. And I think in the process, I'll get an opportunity to share about what we can do in staying in Mumbai. Nothing at an expense, but just knowing what to do. Okay, I think Vivek is telling how to elaborate on this. So today's hashtag is only one earth. Reason being, we are focusing on the Mars, we are focusing on different planets, but this is the only one where we can live. At the moment, we are not going to be able to live anywhere else. And if we go to see that we are not trying to save the environment, we are trying to save our own selves, not even the next generation. In COVID, we have seen that we have to save our own generation. And as far as my expertise in the work which I can say for cities, since I think the major crowd is from this urban infrastructure, is wherever you are, when you go back home today, you must have spent for that particular space or that building or that house, your life savings, your life investments. Just check in your mind, are you getting the basics in your bedroom, in your living room? Say, are you getting light, which the sunlight is offering you for free? Are you getting fresh air without opening the windows? And secondly, are you getting peace, noise pollution? So what is that you can do is something which a lot of us who study environmental science and then say there's no scope in the field, there's immense scope if people understand what they are paying for. So just to give you an example, I'll not go much technical, is that outside there is 10,000 lux levels of light available for free. By building walls, by closing windows, by shutting down curtains, by orienting the buildings in the wrong direction, we are making it right up to 100, 110 lux. Lux means like kilograms, dozens is the unit of lux. Similarly, the fresh air. We put on perfumes, we put on different like you say, perfumes, paints on the walls, what are we breathing? We are breathing particulate matter which is less than this microns of this thin strand of air. So what can I do? My building is built, my house is built, I have to live a life. You will be able to live a life if you will be able to breathe. You can grow fresh air in the house. How can you? By knowing what kind of species you need to plant in your bedroom, in your living room. And very simple, these are not exotic plants. These are plants which are available in any normal nursery. And all of us here, and especially Kedarnath sir has been working as a chief planner to make this a better city. And all of us are trying to imbibe this knowledge as far as possible, sharing it. So just to conclude, I will say 2 important species which you can go and buy today is a money plant, a sansevieria plant. On a lighter note, it's also known as mother-in-law's tongue, because you just don't need to focus on it. Even if you plant or neglect, if you don't water it daily or neglect it, it still grows, it stays, and it is a plant which you can plant in your house. Money plants are very easily available, areca palm, which will absorb the volatile organic compounds which you are spraying around in your house. So that's just a small take-home tip I can give or share something which we have studied.
I just want to share that these are the corrective actions. I always say that we really want to get into corrective actions, which, yes, that is one of the major requirements nowadays, because traffic, water, solid waste, anything you say, there is a need for a corrective, including ourselves. We do all kinds of inner engineering for ourselves to ensure that we are better. So that's one part of the story. The other is just to share, do you really need talcum powder? Do you really need perfume? Do you really need a soap? I have been practicing for the last 45 years not using any one of them except kachi gandhi ka tel, that is the oil extracted from the wooden mills. It doesn't harm, I don't stink, my wife says so, and I take it. And the point which is coming in is, since it's something to do with the fashion industry, and I was just thinking that I need to share it here. 45 years अभी तक तो जिंदगी चल रही है, कुछ खराब नहीं हुआ. शेव करने के लिए थोड़ा बहुत हो जाता है, once in a while soap, because COVID में तो I had to use it, because otherwise family would say no, you have not done it. So that's one part of the story. Try ensuring this as one of the ways of life, because I am part of the Southeast Asia ISRAC committee of the Rotary, where I am doing sustainable living, and within sustainable living is all the waste which is generated from the bathrooms and the kitchens and the sink gets into the drain and into the sea. So better watch out. If you can avoid, all the better. Thank you very much.
Just to add to what sir said, yesterday I was watching Trevor Noah, and he was talking about how the fishes in Florida, the fishes that people are eating, they are already full of supplements. So antidepressants, so there are crocins, there are paracetamols, there are everything inside the fish. So it's just coming from the flushing that people are eating, it's going out, and that's how our current scenario is. So talking about that, and because that is diet, and we have somebody who is a vegan and a activist, animal activist and a veganism activist. So Sentika, over to you. I think you have a lot to contribute here.
Yeah, so I guess veganism is in trend. I see so many beautiful people out there. So I think you must be aware of what veganism is. But apart from that, today what I'm going to talk about is the activism part. Why veganism? Why it is so a deep topic wherein it leads to overthink. I'll just get back there. So animal cruelty is a thing. What we humans are going through with corona and so many other illnesses, mental health issues, and so many other things, we do try to find out that there are certain hidden traumas which in each of the diet which we have on our table is going through. Where does the all vibrations go to? We human beings are in the miserable state altogether, leading towards like if I can tell you this sentence, if the slaughterhouses, the walls of the slaughterhouses and the butcher shops were made of glass, I can bet that 90% of the people right here will go vegan. You can't imagine how these animals are raised. I can just share one example, like a poultry industry. We'll all love butter chicken, don't you? So let's get back how this is like. ठीक है, once we consider कि rice है, एक fruit है, उसका growth क्या होता है? You take one seed, you germinate it, you get the fruit, you eat it. It's a plant kingdom altogether. We are in kingdom Animalia. Like we have certain nervous system which responds to certain stimulus and certain reactions. If I tend to kill you, you will shout. I know that you want to go away from it, and so does